One of the main reasons why you feel stuck, why you don't act on your dreams, and why you don't live up to your potential is not because you lack time. It's not because you lack resources. And it's also not because you don't have enough knowledge. It's something different. And it's something that most people struggle with and they are not even aware of it. And this steals your joy, it steals your creativity, and it takes away valuable, precious time. And it takes away your life energy, your life force. And it's this: you're consuming too much. Too much TikTok, too much Instagram, too much Facebook, too much YouTube, whatever you consume, too much TV. And the problem with this is it takes you away from the present moment. It takes you away from the now. And unfortunately, we have been conditioned and actually conditioned ourselves to avoid the present moment, to avoid the only thing that we truly have. And the more you look outside of yourself, the more you give your power away. And this comes in different forms, with entertainment, with educational content even. Sometimes you are fake productive. You having positive distractions. You're acting like you want to know more, you want to learn something, and then you tell yourself that you did something productive, but actually you just been consuming and didn't act on that knowledge that you just consumed. And a lot of times it's also just putting other people on a pedestal, looking for someone out there to give you the answers, to looking for someone out there to tell you how to live your life. But it's not possible. You have to live your own life. You can be inspired by other people, you can be motivated by other people, but don't put other people above you. And some people out there even do this consciously. They want to make you feel that way. But that's why you also have to be aware of what you consume, because what you consume consumes you. If you consume content of people that are constantly try to make you feel unworthy, shameful, that tell you, oh, you're broke, you're weak ass, all of this, this has an effect on you. And actually, it's just a reflection of their insecurity that they project on you. But it's not their fault. It's your fault if you consume that. You have to take responsibility of where you put your attention. And again, where energy goes, where tension goes, energy flows. And what you consume consumes you. So you have to be aware of what you consume. And what it also does when you're constantly on your phone, when you're constantly consuming, it hijacks your imagination. It takes, and that's the main reason why you feel so blocked, because you're not using your own imagination. You're not using your creativity. You're not using your God power, because the Creator created you to create. You're not here to be a passive consumer all the time. You're here to create something on this planet. We are here to co-create this reality, and we're actually doing it all the time. But if you're not taking care of your imagination and your attention, if you're not using it consciously, you're just using it in a way that other people want you to use it. You know what I mean? You constantly have other people telling you how to live your life instead of you taking charge of your own life. Instead of you being in the driver's seat, you're constantly in the back, letting some people drive you around. And that might be good if you know and trust that person. But even most people are not aware who's in the driver's seat, and so it's better to be to be the driver itself, to go to the front, to the wheel, and take charge of where you're going. But that happens when you take power of your attention and your awareness, when you become aware of how you are living and how you want to live, because you can't change, or it's hard to change what you're not aware of. So what's the solution to this? How do you solve this? First of all, become aware of what you consume, what those channels are that you're constantly consuming, how it affects you, and then also become aware of how much you consume of it. Because again, the more you give your power away, the more you look outside of yourself, the more you give your power away. And when you start to look within, that's when you connect to your power. That's when you start to find out that you are an unlimited being. And that's when you also connect to your unique abilities, because you can, there's some things out there, there's some things inside of you, there's some things inside of you that only you can do, that I can do. Or maybe we do the same thing, but I can do it the way you do it. But you have to find that for yourself. You can only find that when you reconnect to yourself. So first of all, become aware of how much you consume and what you consume, and then limit it. Limit it ideally to 1 hour. 1 hour a day is enough, Maybe one YouTube video 10 minutes on TikTok, 10 minutes on Instagram, 10 minutes on Facebook, whatever, however, wherever you spend your time. That's up to you. But try to limit the time you consume, like put it down, you know, and start creating something, because you're here to, again, you're here to create something. And even if you're not ready to go out there and share your creations with the world, even if you don't feel like posting it, even if you don't feel like sharing it, start creating. Create for the joy of creating. And when you do, you increase your energy, you increase your joy, and you will feel inspired, and you will feel inspired to create more. And then eventually you come to the point where you say, okay, like I'm ready to show up and actually share my creations with the world, because I see purpose in it, and because I see that it can actually help other people in their lives, on their journey. So become aware of how much time you spend on consuming what you consume, and then start creating something. And also practice being in the moment, practice mindfulness. When you go for walks without your phone, when you eat, don't watch anything. Don't watch TV. Don't watch anything on the phone or your iPad. Just be in a moment and practice being where you are. Because that's the biggest problem with all of this. We try to distract ourselves from the present moment. This is an epidemic. This is a big issue that we have. You know, when you go into the train, into the bus, wherever you go, people are constantly on their phone, and they're not even aware of it. And they're doing it because they avoid the emotions that they face in the present moment. They avoid life. They avoid reality. You know. But even if you have all of these suppressed emotions, be willing to face them. Be willing to sit with them. Be willing to be here in this present moment, because only if you're in the present moment, and only if you're willing to face what's uncomfortable, you can release that. You know, if you constantly distract yourself, it will keep on knocking on your door, and will knock harder and louder. You know, so practice being in the moment. Practice being here. And if you just keep on going like this, keep you will stay in this stuck feeling. You will stay in this blocked emotion. You will keep on looking for other people out there to give you the answers, and feel frustrated because nobody can give them to you. You will keep on just comparing yourself, and maybe even feel jealous of other people who live the life that you want to live, because you don't have the courage to create it for yourself. You will just stay in this negative loop, and in this passive state, where you just like gather all of this knowledge but do nothing with it. So decide decide how you want to live your life, because if you do, if you actually stop consuming so much and then start creating something, you will create your own life, and you can create a wonderful life for yourself. You will have more joy because you use your creativity, and the more you use your creativity and your unique abilities, the more energy you have, and then you can also use this to help other people along their journey, to inspire other people with your creations. So whatever it is, whatever you feel called to, just have the courage to go after it, and stop distracting yourself all the time. And be willing to face whatever in the way, whatever lies you have told yourself, whatever has happened in the past. Be willing to look at that and be willing to let it go, because it has no place in the now. It's not here anymore. You are here in this moment. And if you're watching this, you probably already know that. You already know that you are called to something bigger. It's just about taking the step and acting on it. Because we also have these two extremes in this time. You have the one side that tells you, oh, you gotta work 60 hours, you gotta grind, you gotta hustle, you gotta do this, otherwise you're weak, otherwise you're a loser, otherwise you will never win. And then you also have the spiritual bypassing, the side of spiritual bypassing, where you just meditate and practice and do all of this stuff, like read a lot of books, but you're hiding in that and you're not really integrating it and use it to take action. So be willing to take the embodied path, to of course use your sensitivity, have this spiritual knowledge, have your practices, but then go out in the world and do something with it. Read the books, consume consciously, but don't consume a lot, create more. And then come into your center and boom, step out and do something about it, to create something, because only if you tie it with action, you will be able to manifest whatever you want to have. Of course you can. Sometimes things come your way, and they are just like given as a gift to you. Actually, a lot of things can happen for you. You don't have to do everything for yourself. But that's where the co-creator aspect comes in. When you're aware that you can create with your source, with the universe, with God, however you want to call it. And when you move from that state, that's when you come into the real flow. But again, you have to be in the present and now, because that's the only place, that's the only moment where you will meet God, where you meet the universe, and where you will feel the universe, and where you feel it inside of you, because it is inside of you. And you're only aware of that when you come back to yourself. So stop consuming so much and start creating more. And if you need something that helps you to increase your energy, to gain more clarity, and also to identify what's serving you and what's no longer serving you in your life, I created something called the Elevation Guide. This helped me enormously over the years. There are 3 simple steps that changed everything for me. And I trust that it will do the same for you. You can get that for free in my bio. And with that being said, I thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. And remind yourself, you're a creator. You didn't come here to consume, so start creating something. I am Law Heru. This is the way of law, and we keep on rising. We keep on elevating.